Hello, I am internationally unrecognized Steve Sidi, and welcome to a very casual episode of 604 Presents Versus. And I'm here with the one, the only, Toddy.
Hello. And I'm here with Steve Sidi. Hello.
Hello.
You look so pretty.
You do too.
Thank you. I'm wearing my garbage pants.
Mm-hmm.
They're my best pants. Do you know why I call them my garbage pants?
Dare I ask? Is it the smell that I'm smelling? Is that what it
I showered yesterday.
Hey, we both live in East Van.
Exactly.
That's fine. It's fine.
Okay, no, but I found them on the side of the street.
That's East Van for you.
Yeah.
I don't know. People probably obviously don't know us because they don't know us, but we've known each other for a very long time.
For a very long time. You were the first gig that I did in... Your show was the first gig that I did in Vancouver.
Was it actually? I thought you were performing at Yuck Yucks before then. That's how I found you.
No. No, I think we'd messaged before I got to the city.
That's crazy. So when did you move from, you moved to Vancouver from Montreal. When was that?
No, I moved from Vancouver to Toronto to live with a boyfriend. And 1 week in, I went to a lesbian wedding.
And the rest is history.
Yeah. I was like, oh, buddy, I am gay. And he said, I kid you not, he was like, this just keeps happening to me.
I feel like that's a therapy session, buddy. You take that up with them.
Yeah.
But also you're like, but thank you for coming into my life.
Yeah, exactly.
Course correcting me.
He's doing a service to the community. I moved to Toronto.
Yes.
Hated Toronto. And then I ran out of money, so I moved to Vancouver.
You ran out of money, so you moved to Vancouver. Nice.
Yeah. I cat sit for my aunt for 3 months and thought I'd be gone, and then here we are. Had a little engagement in the mix. Did some stuff, like win a TV show and stuff, and then we here. Yeah, can you tell me about the television show, just in case anyone doesn't know? It's called Call Me Mother on Out TV, season 1.
Winner.
Sorry, spoiler. I almost didn't win, and you can watch that. When did you move here?
I moved here in 2012 because I hated everything I was doing, and I realized it was all a lie.
What were you doing?
I was in University of Lethbridge, survivor, and
I hear that's the gayest university.
It's very weirdly, it's a super liberal place, like smack dab in the most conservative place, so it doesn't really make sense, but there's a lot of weird stuff that happens there. But yeah, so I left there. I didn't even finish my final exams. I literally just gave up halfway because I was like, I'm going to pass. And then I just got in the car, literally drove to Vancouver.
What did you study?
I have a degree in management, majoring in marketing. But
I was expecting history.
That would have been nice because I probably could have learned from other people's mistakes and not have made such.
No, I feel like you did
mistakes.
A great degree.
Well, yeah, but I didn't end up using it because I did one class at the very end called Exploring Creativity 101. And life was changed. Once I did my clown, you had to really discover your own personal clown. Once you
did
that,
clown training?
You had to. That was all part of it.
I also did clown training. Changed my entire life. Yeah.
Just, again, they just strip you down.
What technique did you learn?
Ours was like the no talking. Like you couldn't say words. You could only emote and express.
Did you do Jacques Lecoq?
Is that a drag queen?
No, it's like a clowning theory or a clowning, like it's a person.
Theory?
But no, there's whole like school, like there's different types of clowns.
Yeah, that's a real thing. Clown school exists.
No, but there's different ways that you can study it. So Jacques Lecoq technique is just one of them.
Is that like method acting?
No, it's Jacques Lecoq.
You just keep saying it like I couldn't know.
I literally don't have to tell you anything.
Great interview.
You go and you Google and you're like, Toddy gaslit me.
It is a drag queen. I knew it. Okay, we got to get back to you, though. So you're an artist, and you recently just did something a little bit different for yourself. You released an album.
Yeah.
Okay, and what's the name of the album?
Always.
Yeah. And how did that come about?
The album?
Yeah.
The real story?
Sure.
Wait.
The abridged version, because we're in a time limit for
Wait,
commercials.
like how did I sign the deal or how did I record it?
Yeah, just how did you record it?
wrote some songs and then put them in the studio. And I worked with Louise Burns and Kevin Mayer, and they really held my hand like a sweet baby angel throughout the entire process, because I came in as a naked infant into the music industry. I mean, not really. Like, I studied opera. I feel like my entire time I was just working through imposter syndrome of me being like, should I be here? But yeah, I spent my whole life as a musician. And then it ruined me.
Yeah, because you started in opera.
I did.
Is that where you actually started in opera, or did you do types of singing before you kind of went down the more professional route?
I was in children's choir, and 2 years in, I got cast in Carmen, the opera. And I told my parents that night that I was going to be a professional opera singer. And
what was their reaction? Can you reenact it for it? Can I be you and telling you?
What? No, they were literally just like, okay. And I was like, okay, cool.
Supportive.
And then I was never allowed to change my mind. They were like, but you told us when you were 10. And you're really good at it. Yeah, I just happen to be very good at singing opera.
I just like they locked you in at 10. They're like, you said at 10. You're committed.
But then it became like my entire personality. Like at 13, I would just listen to Il Divo on repeat, and I don't even know if I liked it. But that's me.
Do you feel like you were living a lie?
No.
It just wasn't your forte.
I think I just needed to do something because I needed to perform.
So how did it feel when you transitioned from like doing opera into like doing just kind of like a studio album?
A studio album. Well, it's very different.
How so?
I'd say a studio album's more similar to stand-up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How so?
Well, you write your own things.
You didn't write your own opera?
No.
Although I hear something could be.
Look,
I don't know. I can't say anything, but there could be something on the way. I don't know.
Opera de la rock. Je ne sais pas.
Oui, oui. That's all. I left French in grade 4, just FYI. So, yeah. Literally pulled them aside. I was like, I don't think this is working.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah. Agreed.
That's fair. Yeah. What was your question?
Just like actually, now that we're like into the album kind of thing.
Yeah.
So did you just feel like you said you dealt with imposter syndrome a bit? So what kind of made you overcome it? Was it just pen to paper? You just had to keep going, keep moving? Or was it?
Well, yeah, I feel like failure and discomfort is what, like, I think being an artist is 99% of failure and discomfort. Mm-hmm. Like if we rely on the success of things, you're never gonna go anywhere, you know? Like what made me keep being an artist isn't my best shows, it's my worst shows.
And that's the make or break for a lot of artists. I know, because some people can't handle it.
No.
Or it takes time to kind of learn to build a callus to it and kind of be able to pull from it. But I'm glad you found that out, to just be like, okay, you got to learn from it. Like, I didn't love that, but now I know what to do.
Yeah, so. I got a steep repertoire of failures.
I have a quarry myself of just mistakes, nonstop mistakes.
Yeah, but it was weird though, because I went in as like my drag persona Toddy, but I was writing as Emily.
Interesting.
And so figuring out where those two lived together was interesting. Yeah, and I feel like this album was more Emily, whereas going forward, I think I'm going to pull more into Toddy. Yeah, which I know they're both me. I feel like I talk about Toddy as this completely separate thing.
Toddy's an enterprise. Yeah, Toddy's a business.
Toddy loves his outfit. Toddy feels great doing this.
Bye, Toddy.
Bye, Toddy. Are you a toddler?
I don't like that.
What? That's my fan's name.
I don't know how I feel about that.
No one has currently claimed themselves as a toddler, but I'm really hoping it catches on. It's going to be really good. Give it 5 years.
Just give it a tight 5. Tight 5. How do you feel stand-up helped you with music?
Just the playfulness of it, you know? Like, I think that musicians, as they should, get really married to their music and their art, but with stand-up, it's not done until it's done. And it's not like you go on stage being like, 1 sec. We cut that out? No, keep it.
Yeah, keep that.
It. You go on stage being like, I'm gonna do this 10 and I'm gonna see what works. And you hope that it's going to work, but then you go back and you're like, okay, what things worked and didn't work? And like maybe after all of this, the opening line was actually the punchline and you didn't know until you put it in front of an audience. And so just to like not be married to anything until it's time to make decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably one of the toughest parts I learned about just like if I had to write comedy or anything. And because you think all your ideas sometimes are great ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually someone had to like pull us aside and be like, you need to kill your baby sometimes.
Totally.
Like you just have to, they're not all winners. You got to let it go. And I was like,
oh, 100%.
It's a tough lesson. But once you learn to do it, like you said, just not take things so seriously. Don't be so beholden to it. Then you're just free.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Well, also this like, I mean, kind of the... my personal Jacques Lecoq theory, the Toddy theory, is all about point of view. And so going into a stand-up piece where like you might not be able to understand my personal story, but I can put it within a point of view that you're going to understand. And so I think approaching songwriting in the same way, where like Borrowed Time, for example, the point of view of it was like just this idea that you just want one more second about how it was before. Like you probably understand that. A lot of people understand that, like whether it's in work or relationships or anything. And then I put my own story into it.
Mm-hmm. Always finding the relatability.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that's what makes a good chorus.
Yeah.
And so stand up and songwriting, same thing. Same.
Is it okay? Did you notice that stand-ups really emulate musicians and vice versa? I've noticed that. Because working at a record label here, I've noticed a lot of musicians almost kind of want to be comedians, and a lot of comedians almost wish they could be musicians because they're two different types of coolness and confidence.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
But you kind of merge the two in your act sometimes, so you kind of get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, I think I spent all my 20s just learning everything I possibly could, and it was exhausting. And in my 30s, I made a pact to myself. My 30s, I turned 30 like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, now I'm in my face. Almost my bedtime. Oh wait, I literally have a watch on. Now I'm in my 30s. I made a pact to myself that I'm not going to learn anything new.
Healthy. I like that.
No, I'm for real though. I think as artists specifically, we constantly are like, I can't do it because I need to keep learning. And it gets to a point where it's like, no, just do the thing. Mm-hmm. Just do the thing. You've learned what you need to do the thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to learn stuff throughout it.
Just
but
between
I'm no
you and
longer
me.
paying an improv school to teach me how to do make pretend.
Actually, that's interesting. Do you feel improv has helped you? Because I feel like in improv, you have to learn to just throw things out there and just try. Like you can't be precious with any ideas almost.
Exactly. Improv and clown is the thing that like saved me creatively coming out of opera school. Like improv, stand-up, clown, sketch, all of those things. Because opera was like, you either get it right or I hate you. And Mozart's gonna know.
I can see your teachers be like, Mozart is rolling in his grave right now. Beethoven is pounding it out on the coffin.
Yeah, they're like, this isn't how Mozart wanted it to sound. You're like, how do you know? They're like, no, we don't.
Yeah. Did you also have to learn, because when I was in university, I was roommates with a lot of opera singers. So did you have to learn to sing in multiple languages too?
Oh, yeah. I sung in many, many, many languages, including Elvish.
What?
I've never seen Lord of the Rings, but I have done the entire Lord of the Rings symphony. And I think that counts.
I'm pretty impressed that you didn't watch any of it and you just went for it. But I guess in opera, you've already been like Elvish, Italian. It's just like same German.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but I love singing in other languages. I honestly really hate singing in English.
Why? Like, what do you enjoy about singing in other languages?
Like, I mean, German. Come on.
I guess you get to like emote in a different way.
Hast du etwas Zeit für mich? Singe ein Lied für dich von 99 Luftballons auf ihrem Weg zum Horizont. Hielt man Führerfuß aus dem All, darum schickte ein General die Fliegerstaffel hinterher. I mixed up verses. Please don't hate me, internet.
Do you even know?
99 Luftballons. Like either.
Do you know what you're saying?
Compared to 99 red balloons? No.
Like, Luftballon, sure.
No,
but
I just made like a pact to myself that I'd learn 99 Luftballons in entirety. There's a little hyperfixation.
I used to do that too, where I was like, I'm going to learn the entire rap from Rapture by Blondie instead of studying for this exam that I really need to do right now. We were just talking about this, like we procrastinate in productive ways almost.
People are impressed at karaoke.
I can't do karaoke.
You can't? I think you need to learn a song in German.
It scares the crap out of me. Like it literally makes like the way people who've never done stand-up are like, I could never. That's how I feel about karaoke. Like it makes me actually like very anxious and nervous.
That's fair.
But I don't know why. Because like it's like, who cares if you can sing or not? But I feel judged.
You've never done it?
No, not really.
Oh, baby boy. You're going to be liberated.
I don't know.
Wow. Maybe that's for your 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is very far.
Very soon. Okay.
Well, that's all the time we have here.
How old are you?
It's a very 34. I'll be 35 soon.
34?
Yeah.
You're the oldest person I've ever met. I'm sorry. I really
if I wasn't so brittle and weak right now.
Face for longer.
If I didn't take my Bonita pill.
My favorite game to play with people, because always for 1 second they're like, what? You're like, I'm obviously joking.
Well, my Botox just wore off, so I feel vulnerable now.
Do you for realsies?
I just did it for the first time.
How do you like it?
It was, at first I was like, it was crazy because it put it in the first time and my forehead didn't know what to do. It was like fighting it because I have a very expressive forehead.
Oh.
So I could feel my muscles trying to be like, what the, and they just couldn't do it. And then eventually your forehead just doesn't move and it's awesome.
Wow.
I have to say, like, I'll do it again.
Really?
Yeah, maybe like once or twice a year.
Oh, that's fair.
But once you do it, once you hit 34.
Oh, God, don't even. I'd rather die.
At least we're not Gen Z because they're looking rougher than us. So
they look so old.
They have too much on their plate. They know too much. We didn't know. We didn't know everything.
We didn't know anything.
Yeah, when we were blissfully ignorant. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Do you know there's like, have you seen these things on YouTube? This is so unrelated, but have you seen these things on YouTube where it's like, it's just shows a picture of like someone's backyard and it's like a summer day in 2004 or something. And it's just the sound of just like, you know, just kids. And it just reminds you of like of nostalgia of how simple times were. Oh. And I was like, yeah, I want to go back there. Now it's tough. So
did you have a simple childhood?
Are you calling me simple?
You weren't singing at the opera.
I guess you could say that because I grew up in southern Alberta. So yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's just rodeo. Rodeo's left, right, and center for me. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's a lot of rodeos. Are you a country kid? No. Okay, finish my song. Cowboy, take me away. This girl is high as can into the wild blue. Is that really? Okay, do you know Marianne and Wanda were the best of friends all through their high school? No, you don't know Goodbye Earl? 40 miles to Canada in my truck, drove across Montana. Really?
If I heard those songs, that was my alert system to hide. Like if I heard anything remotely country like that, that's like, get in the house. Get in the house right now.
I didn't think that you could grow up in Alberta and avoid it.
I did a hell of a good job.
Wow.
But also I was like trying to blend in. Like I think I used to say that in stand-up. Like I was like a unicorn trying to blend in with horses and cows and stuff. It had to be really, really cool. Chill about it.
How'd that work for you?
Great. They didn't know. They didn't catch on.
Yeah.
For a minute.
You were just enjoying your mind.
Yeah. They just said he's just very creative.
He's creative.
It's just...
I love that.
Yeah, that's code for gay, by the way.
Creative? Yes, we are. Thank you so much. Yes,
the creative types. we're a very creative household, and we're very open to creative people. Can we get back to your album just quickly?
Oh yeah,
because we'll probably have to wrap it up soon.
That sounds great.
So okay, your album. I went to your album release party. This was fantastic.
It was fun.
It was so good. I noticed it's very like eclectic. Like you're covering kind of almost different genres within the album, which I appreciate. I love an album that does that. That's not so the same, you know? It's like it all blends well together, but they're each very individual tracks.
Thank you, bless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was like one of your favorite tracks to write?
Probably 2 on the go. That's still just an absolute favorite.
Because you have that little dance move that you do, and I love it.
At 2 on the go, I had 2 taking me down. It's a reference.
The letter V.
The letter V.
Is supporting
very good. And nothing else.
How did you come up with that dance move?
I don't know. I just thought about it.
I just think that's interesting to come up with your own little dance move.
Yeah.
And it's perfect to the song.
Hasn't caught on. None of my toddlers are paying attention.
I really want to advise against calling them toddlers. I just don't know how that's going to go.
That's honestly my Toddrex.
That's better. Yeah. Do you have anything you want to promote before we take off?
Probably. Can I already promote my Christmas song?
Why not?
Great. It's called I Want Your Mom. And it's going to be really good. And it's a surprise what it's about. I think you really like it.
And where can they find your album, Always?
On Spotify as Toddy. It's called Always. And I'm not quite famous enough for you to just look up Toddy. So look up Toddy, Toddy, Always.
Let's get that algorithm going, huh?
Let's get that out. And
I'm Steve Sidi, and we are done our episode of Versus. Bye.